Okay, this is part two where we're focused on shrinking dating pools and the belief that men only want to date younger women. And I just really want to thank everybody for all the comments and sharing the post. It was really great to see where everybody is at. And actually, it was pretty confirming because a lot of similar opinions and concerns my 40 plus private clients have been sharing with me for years. So thanks for all of that, and I appreciate it. And what I want to share today is it's really not about you needing a larger dating pool. It's more like you need a different approach. And something that I have always shared is that love is an inside job. There was a time where I was leading live weekend seminars, and the result for everyone was consistently the same. So for couples, they would all end up back at the honeymoon stage, regardless if they'd been together for 2 years or 30 years. That was their end result. And for the women, for my single women, they would go from their dating life like just like tumbleweeds going through it, like there's no men anywhere, to suddenly men are everywhere. Like men were popping out of the woodwork like crazy. There was like past relationships like calling them out of the blue, like it crazy results. And the reason that was happening is because I would spend the entire weekend focused on shifting limiting beliefs and the internal dialogue that was really creating a lot of blocks in their relationships, or not just blocks in if they did get into a relationship, but was certainly blocking them in their dating life. So what was happening for these women, because they were shifting so much, they were walking out with an entirely different perspective on who men are. And they were just walking away with like a huge appreciation for what men do for them. And, a lot of them would be reflecting back on past relationships and realizing, like, in kind of a cringy way, like where they were making all their mistakes and why they were getting the less than favorable results that they were. So, now, one of the big beliefs is that men only want to date younger women. This is a societal one across the board. And I really want to clear that up because I did mention that in the first video, which was clearly a highly triggering thing based on comments from what I've seen on that post. So yes, the majority of men coming in wanted younger women, but there was only a small amount, like a fractional amount of those men who were looking for younger women, just for arm candy or for superficial reasons. The majority of the men, it was genuine. It was because they had been so focused on their careers and building an empire, which takes a lot of time. These guys are in their 40s, 50s, even their 60s, and had completely missed out on having a family. And so what they're wanting, if they wanted to start a family, they obviously have to be with a younger woman. So I just wanted to clear that up, and that is, it's more like a practical thing than anything else. But the truth is, it's really not about being younger than a man. It's more like, how do you feel to men when you're around them? Like, my ladies are walking out of these weekends and suddenly men are everywhere, and they didn't change their looks, okay? They didn't have some dramatic makeover, okay? It was purely internal shift. And then suddenly they're having no problem getting on dates, okay? So interesting, right? And I led lots of these courses. So what I'm really inviting you to do, to give you a first step in this, in a different approach and starting from within, I want you to reflect back on past relationships or men that you dated for a time, or even if it was one or two dates. But I want you to reflect back on any feedback that men have provided, either you asked for it or voluntarily, and just on like, what are consistent things that have men had said that maybe you weren't ready to hear, or it felt really cringy, or it was something that you didn't want to look at. But what I do know about men is because they're just so darn logical and linear, they don't have really any, like functional, healthy men don't have any hidden agendas like us women do sometimes. So when they give you feedback or share something that doesn't feel good, they're really just being honest. They aren't trying to as I said, have a hidden agenda. So I want you to think about any of that feedback. That's a really great place to start. We'll talk about it some more, but that's a good starting point because it's, especially if it's all different men, but they're saying one or two consistent things. That's like DM me or comment like the things that are coming up for you. So let me know, and we're going to continue this conversation. Okay, talk soon.